I think, I mean, it's slightly different from the kind of the broader issues because it's looking at two specific things. One on intellectual property, saying that Huawei may have stolen some intellectual property from T-Mobile, and another looking at what they may have done in Iran, which is very similar to the LTE thing we saw 18 months ago. So it's not exactly the same thing as what's happening with AI right now. So we'll have to see what the legal system is doing there.
Now, one of the big questions, of course, if we look at Huawei and Europe right now is, how Europe reacts to the pressure from the U.S. when it comes to their relations with Huawei. And there's a lot of division within Europe around the best way to deal with them. From a technical perspective, would relying on European companies to build a 5G network delay the rollout of 5G? Because the big question is, can Europe, go it alone if they do decide to go down the path of banning Huawei?
So I'm one of those few analysts who doesn't think that there is a race to 5G. I don't think being the first is that important because 5G is only one element of the overall fourth industrial revolution. I think it's very important what you say in the sense that I think the debate has almost highlighted or showed that Huawei is kind of the only player there. That's not true. You've got two big European players, Ericsson and Nokia. So they're still very good, very strong companies. 5G is kind of changing the way you do infrastructure, so eventually it's going to be more on the software side, which means you're going to have smaller players going there. So in terms of a delay, Huawei is probably the market leader, but not with a monopoly. It's probably a bit more advanced than the other two, but would it change that much? I don't think it would.
But nonetheless, I mean, you say it's not a monopoly and there are other players out there, but just to bring back the example of the German automaking space, I mean, considering the German automakers, aren't they already working with Huawei? To suddenly switch and say go over to Nokia or Ericsson, wouldn't that be both costly and ineffective? And it would also potentially mean that those German automakers are locked out of the Chinese car market, which to them, particularly on the luxury end, is incredibly important.
Yes, so obviously it's not all about tech, it's about trade and other issues. I think the difficulty with Huawei is that if you've got Huawei for previous technologies, it's very difficult to switch to another player. So if you've got Huawei for 4G, you need to go with it with 5G, otherwise you need to switch everything else. So I think from an operator's point of view, they like to have the competition. They like to have the choice between three players instead of two. I think we've seen many operators saying, we can mitigate potential security risk. A lot of the big European players are also in other markets outside of Europe. So I'm thinking of Telefonica in Latin America, Orange in Sub-Saharan Africa. They might not use Huawei in their core market, but they want to use it in their other markets. So they want to have a good relationship with Huawei as well.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.